Song say, ain't it funny how the way things change? Why the white boy want the dark-skinned boy in North America? Talk to the KKK. Talk to the KKK and the Proud Boys. They got the right idea. The KKK got the right idea. Why the white boys want to be like the dark-skinned boys? Why the white boy pale face want to be like the dark-skinned boys? John Hussein said these white boys in the U.S. government want to be dark-skinned people. They want to forge an indictment so the dark-skinned people can't go back to Africa. They don't want Deuteronomy 28:68 to come to pass. But we're going to fix this case with Judge Brooks Smith and Assistant U.S. Attorney Ellie McClain and the U.S. Marshal because we want the dark-skinned people to go back to Africa under Deuteronomy 28:68. They always say, why don't you go back to your own country? Why don't you go back to Africa? They stand up and say it. Now they don't want it to be. Oh, isn't that too bad? John Hussein said, well, the dark-skinned people are going back to Africa between 2025 and 2045. You can check with the travel agent in Newcastle, PA. Shipping you out to Africa has already been arranged by Amun Rod, Linda L. Montgomery, Story.net. All dark-skinned people going back to Africa that want to go back. As Martin Luther King said, I might not get there with you, but you will get to the promised land. Check with Bernice King and Minister Louis Farrakhan about going back to Africa under Deuteronomy 28:68, a glorious homecoming, and we will develop our own country and we will have our own products as the Muslims want in the Nation of Islam. And Amun Rod worked with Elijah Muhammad back in the 60s, recording live in Chicago, right around Auntie's home in Chicago, Illinois, with a little fence around his house, the Nation of Islam. Welcome all of the Canaanites. Minister Louis Farrakhan and British King are going to gather all of the Canaanites and have them under Deuteronomy 28:68 traveling back to Africa, your homeland, or you can live in Mexico, and everyone will be given $1,000 a month for their own personal needs, as they do in North America. Those that want, before they start work, that's what they will be given to live, and homes will be built by the construction company of World Diadem, Hebrews 12. Check with Pastor Howard in Warren, Ohio, and Minister Dean Robertson and Minister Eddie Howard about the Isaiah 2 Go Tell Them about $150 million brand.